Hello everyone, welcome to Have You Heard and to Yes Friday. Now we're getting to the stage on Yes Friday when we've just about played all of the famous Yes songs, and in line with our process of trying to play songs that aren't being recognized and enjoyed on the reaction channels, it's getting a little more difficult to find songs. That being said, the song we found today is actually one of my favourite songs, and you might be surprised because it is off Talk, the 1994 album, released by the same lineup that did 90125. But I just love this album, and there are some people who don't like it quite so much, and I can understand the traditionalists from the classic lineup maybe not enjoying it quite so much. I understand that, but I do. And this album and this particular song we are listening to, The Calling, which is the opening track from Talk, it has a dear, dear place in my heart, and it reminds me of a time when I was working in South Africa and driving around the country, and I would just put on the tape of Talk and open the windows, and I would just be in absolute heaven. It is such a great driving album. Um, Maybe not such a brilliant progressive album, although, to be honest, on The Calling and on tracks like Endless Dream, there's some real progressive parts to it. So I would like us, please, to all have a listen to The Calling today. If you know it, I think you like it. If you don't know it, maybe give it a shout, give it a listen, see what you think. That's what we're all part of. It's Have You Heard? And well, I'm just lucky because I just get to play the music that I love. And this certainly does not get any love on YouTube. There's just one reactor who's reacted to this. I think he's called Lee Reacts. And he did a really nice job on it, I must say. He was measured, he was thoughtful, he enjoyed it. He had good points to make. So I enjoyed watching his reaction, but it's the only one on the channel. And so this makes it number 2, although of course it's not really a reaction, it's just a celebration of a piece of music from a time, 1994, when we had thought that Yes was probably over and done with. Anyway, let's listen to the song first of all. As I say, the album was released in March, the 21st of March 1994, and it reached number 20 in the UK charts, number 33 in the US charts, but it was stymied by Victory Music going bankrupt. That was Phil Carson, the old Atlantic chap, his own independent label, and they went bankrupt, and so the promotion of this album was pretty much non-existent, a story of which I can tell you about from personal experience after the song. But here we go. It's The Calling by Yes.
Feel the calling of a miracle in the presence of the Word. Now we hold the right to rearrange how the stories can be heard.
There we go. That's The Calling, the opening track from Talk by Yes from 1994. Now, of course, the lineup of the band was John Anderson, Chris Squire, Alan White, Tony Kay on organ, and Trevor Rabin on guitar and keyboards and production. The production on this album is immaculate. And of course, it's well known that it's one of the first computerized production produced albums. I think that I read an interview with Trevor where he said that he was disturbed because some people thought that it was all computerized instruments, but it wasn't. It was regular instruments, but just recorded and stored, I think, on hard drives. I think that's what happened. I mean, I am no IT buff at all, but I think that's what it was. Uh, and it is absolutely immaculate, the production. It is, of course, a 90s sounding album insofar as you got the big drums, uh, and everything does seem very clean. However, those big drums, we all loved them in the 90s if you were listening to other bands. And I suppose it takes a little bit of getting used to, but Alan White seemed to enjoy himself, and he considered his drumming on this album to be some of the best stuff he'd ever done. Uh, Crucially, I think, to the album, John Anderson was involved with the writing right from the beginning. And that had not happened on anything previously with Trevor Rabin in the band. From Owner of a Lonely Heart and onwards, John came in late in the production stages. But here, um, Trevor was he realized that he needed to get John on board and to use all of that songwriting ability that John had displayed over 25 years. And I think it works. I think you can hear that. You can certainly hear in John singing that he's enjoying himself. He really is. This particular song, though, is has something very special in my heart insofar as I bought it in 1995. It must have been out for at least a year, but I didn't know about it. Now, apparently the promotion budget for this album was virtually non-existent because of Victory's financial problems, and so promotion anywhere, I guess, apart from the major centres in the UK and the US, was also non existent. And I didn't even know that the album had been made um, until one day when I was in a little music store in Johannesburg and I saw this in a bargain basement, a bargain bin basement, a bargain bin. And I looked at it and it said yes. Of course, I didn't recognize the logo. But I saw yes. I thought, what the heck is this? And I looked in the back and I saw the names, and it was the same group that had made Big Generator behind there, and of course 90125. And then I looked at the recording year, 1994, and I thought, my goodness, I've got to buy this. I hadn't heard a thing. Got it home and played it, and I fell in love with it. And so I taped it. So I just had a tape in my car, and my job at that time was I was in retail area management, regional management, and I'd drive and look after various stores and drive around the country visiting them. So I did a lot of driving. And as I say, this album was brilliant to drive to, particularly when I was leaving Johannesburg, that's where I lived at the time, and driving out to places like Bloemfontein. And I'd put this on, and there's a line early on in the first verse, from the Congo to Lenasia. Now, Lenasia is a suburb of Johannesburg, and I used to drive past Lenasia on the way down towards Bloemfontein. And it always kind of made me feel good that I was listening to a song that name checked a place near which I lived. And of course, Trevor Rabin is South African, and I have to admit I'm a huge admirer of his. When I first went to South Africa in 1975, he had just burst onto the scene with a band called Rabbit. There were four young guys, and they were a pop group, but they wrote their own stuff. And they were all very good musicians. They were in their early 20s. And for a while, Rabbit Mania hit South Africa. Well, a certain portion of South Africa, the white portion of South Africa, it has to be said. But it was a little bit like Beatlemania, and the girls were chasing them all over the place, and they were marketed like a not so much a boy band, but more like the Bay City Rollers, that kind of a band, if you know who they are. And they always struggled to rise above the marketing and always wanted to really stress how good they were as musicians. And Trevor was kind of like the major songwriter. Well, him and another guy called Duncan Forer, they were the two guitarists, the two singers. The rhythm section guys did their stuff, but Duncan and Trevor were the two good-looking guys up front. And it almost felt as if there was a little bit of a battle between the two of them, who could write the best songs, who had the best voice, etc. Anyway, they were a big thing for about 2, 3 years, and then they split up. There was no future for a white pop group in South Africa at that time. The market was far too small. To make any kind of a living, you'd have to go overseas. And eventually, that's what Trevor did. And after doing some stuff, he became more of a producer than anything else in South Africa and produced some really interesting artists, all kinds of different artists. He even made a disco album called Disco Rock Machine, on which he had a wonderful female vocalist called Renee Feltzman. And she sang the songs, but Trevor played everything else. He produced and he played everything else. And it was kind of like an EP, two long songs on either side of an album, Disco Rock Machine. And it was, as it said on the tin, disco and rock, but it was great fun. But again, eventually he left to work in the States, took songs across to the States, and that's how he eventually met up with Chris Squire before the 90125 thing happened. So here I am talking talking a whole lot of stuff. These are just my memories and just my opinions, if you like, on Trevor Rabin, but on this album. I really do enjoy it, and if any of you haven't heard Endless Dream, the 16-minute final track, you must do so. And I'm sure we'll play it, even though there have been 5 or 6 reactions on YouTube. And I myself have requested it on Nick and Lex, and they played it about, 18 months, 2 years ago. They played Endless Dream for me. It was my request, and they thought it was brilliant. So yeah, we'll play it on my channel sooner or later because I just like it so much. But there we are. Of course, after this album, that was the end of this lineup. It wasn't very successful because of all the financial problems. The reviews weren't great, and Trevor and Tony Kaye left and went to do other things, and that was the end of that. And of course, the other 3 guys joined up again with Rick and with Steve, And did they do the um, Keys to Ascension after this? Was that it? I think so. Anyway, this was Yes. This was Yes Friday. This was South African Memories. Please excuse me. But I just enjoy this album so much. I enjoy this song so much. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this song as well today. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. I'm sure you will. Um, I'm sure there'll be quite a few fans who like it. People like me who just enjoyed Yes all the way through the years. Some people won't, and that's fine. Um, but feedback and comments, no matter of what type, I love to see. So anyway, I look forward to seeing you soon. Once you've liked and subscribed. Love to see you on the next video, which will be out tomorrow. But until then, cheers everybody.